I can't be intimidated, you know that. So I'm free to continue to advocate to work with other Liberian progressives to ensure that accountability measures are taken and to ensure that there is a dismantling break by break. So eventually there will be a press conference.
With these, are the police still on the ground, and the police implemented state operators to destroy your protest on July 17th?
Of course, I'm saying that nothing of the allegation level has been changed. So I'm glad that.
But the only thing that Liberian did not hear you explaining where is the person, because if you say this person was planted in your maze, we didn't see.
At this point, I'm not going to jump ahead of the investigation.
Okay.
I mean, it is before investigators. They will delve into the nitty-gritty and provide findings to the press. As far as I know, I've been asked to leave. I'm a free man, and I have the leverage to continue to advocate and to take stands in favor of justice and accountability.
Where's it?
And so I'm not going to speak to issues.
Drug through our country, will pursue you anywhere you go. We'll come after you. If you facilitate drug trafficking, we'll charge you. If you abuse public trust to shield traffickers, we'll bring you before the law. Absolutely no one in this country is above the law. No one is above the law in this country, regardless of whoever you are, your political connection, your political status, social, religious, financial. We will bring you to the full weight of the law. This is the commitment of this joint special investigative team. It's a commitment that we owe to the Liberian people. It's a commitment that we will deliver. Before the weekend, there will be people charged and placed before
the weekend.
This week.
All right.
Yes, sir. Before
the weekend
on Saturday. The court will on Saturday.
So before the weekend. Thank you.
Son of Nima Kante that I respect, me and I enter the legislature together. And I also recognize and respect the position of the vice president. But when it comes to the disco and talking to the public, we are really realistic. In the first place, in a political party, before emerging to state prominence, there are party manifesto. If you listen to the campaign message of the Unity Party, there was a commitment that they were going to improve the educational sector, infrastructure, health, and etc. So, for the Brown president to have come with a message from the president telling him that yes, you can go ahead to pronounce that we're going to provide solar place or whatsoever electricity for the area, the segment of the Cardinal campus that have died there, I think was misleading. On grounds that it is their full responsibility as a government to protect life and property. And it was captured in the national budget, always to subsidize the Cardinal University. You understand? To reference the chairman on Ways, Means and Finance, it means committing the Liberian people. Why would I tell us for him to have said the president on his own behalf? You understand? And inform me to let you know that for his salary, he will give you this X number of lives or what, and etc. But commitment you're making is on behalf of Liberians. The very Cardinal student that you're taking care, you want to improve your school or your areas, they are all taxpayers. You understand? So the common person who doesn't understand those messages, they will understand that the government is doing well in that direction. But let me clear to the district. If you want to do something from your pocket or from your salary, I am paid. If I want to do something on behalf of my people at my own volution, I should declare that this money is from my own pocket so that the source of income will be identified. And whosoever want to verify will verify. But you cannot commit the government. You understand? And besides that, it's outside of budget law. Budget is a law. And every budget is passed annually. We have passed the budget, we capture Cottington. So if there is any extent to be done, there will be a proposition to the legislature to pass into law. So it should not be that they are taking personal goal. Are you disappointed about the word disappointed, I don't think I'm talking about disappointment. I'm talking the speaker, the general speaker, they are playing. Tomorrow, we can say all of you. You know what I feel? But you don't know. But why is that doing?
Thought on the issue of the threshold bill that was passed recently, and then the motion of reconsideration was taken by one of our colleagues, which sparked heated debate around here. You know, on the 9th of December 2025, the House of Representatives passed on this bill and sent it to the Senate for concurrence. This bill was crafted following the submission of the 2022 census result, which puts Liberia's population at around 5.2 million plus. And this submission was done to satisfy the constitutional requirements that are enshrined in Articles 80D and 80E. In 80D, it says each constituency shall have an approximately equal population of 20,000 or such number of citizens as the legislature shall prescribe in keeping with population growth, a movement as reviewed by the National Census.
It's Magella Cooper. I'm the senior political advisor to His Excellency Joseph Boakai, President of the Republic of Liberia. But I also happen to be the spouse of the Speaker.
the example of our president, His Excellency Joseph Boakai. This is why we are here. Let me be on record. This is the national actor of Republic of Liberia. That is the nucleus of Liberia. Everything that Liberia needs to reflect on the historicity how Liberia was built, we have it here. But the central government has forgotten about it. And will continue while who is free. Mercy. And the world will hear us.
Coming from the executive.
I say, I don't know why the president chose to think about football academy right after the exit of the footballing president. President Boakai had never, I don't think he even played in elementary school. To sit and decide that you're going to play a football academy, something that was been done by President Weah, who is celebrated around the world as he was celebrated in Africa. We think that is a serious challenge. That's a serious challenge. Everyone should watch that, because if this woman go and build a football academy, and when he background in football after the exit of the football president, that clearly speaks to the fact that football is not a priority on George Weah.
A lottery approved by the legislature. It spent $10 million on a government project. Which institution funded it? It also lends credence to some of the things people have said, that some of the money hitting the budget. For example, they spent $1 million for Foya Hospital. What's the population of Foya? $1 million for Foya Hospital, but there are more people in Basel. There are more people in Magidi. So how do you allot money? There's a lot more money being spent for Kolahun Hospital. And there is also money being spent for Current Hospital in Zozo. So this year's budget spending almost $2 million on hospitals in Foya. Are they giving those money, Lofa, are they giving those money to go back for it and spend on other projects?
American, distinguished colleagues, I want to say good morning to every one of you, and thank God that we're in 2026. This is a very pleasant morning. All we can say, we want to tell God thank you for life. He has given us another breathing space. However, I am reminded of the conversation that was in the chat room yesterday, where the speaker validated that Cecilia Bokun is his biological sister. That leads us to the fact that Richard Kun, at this point in time, you should recuse yourself, that you have committed crime under our marital law, the domestic law of this republic, that incest is a crime. So until we get reasons why you marry your sister, I think you have lost legitimacy to preside as speaker. So it is just the right thing for you to recuse yourself. And one thing, there are a lot of colleagues calling me and say, you're from the Fanatic over Blood, they fire, you're not supposed to be commenting, you're not supposed to be talking. There is not a no damn blood thing that we're talking about. We are talking about the credibility, the image of the House that represents every one of us, the legislature as a body. Do you know what happened? That a woman is claiming that she got a marriage divorce certificate from the Civil Law Court. The reputation of our judiciary is placed on question. Now the executive is also placed on a question. The legislature is placed on a question. And the lives and the status of our Liberian brothers and
I will run and I will beat them the German Billy good.
You will run again?
Yes, I will beat them, Clarence. It's of no doubt.
What do you say to people who believe that over the last 6+ years, you have not translated into bringing any sustainable development in your district? You're just talking, and the people are not getting anything.
Clarence, my job is to talk. Let me tell you something. Clarence, you part journalist. I've not heard you talking about, Yeke went to list, Yeke went to Internal Affairs, there's the money he took. Clarence, you owe this to the Liberian people. It's a challenge. Go to list, go to Internal Affairs, there's money, there was money distributed a few days by lawmakers are trying to get all my fights and put it together. I will be challenging people that voted for me to prove me wrong. They divided money for only Internal Affairs for development. Since Joseph Boakai came to power. I have not received $5 for development for this anymore. The money is there.
How many more questions?
I can't stand no more, cause I'm a fool. I cannot go to school, cause no more money. I can't stand no more, cause I'm a fool. I cannot go to school, cause no more money. Hey yo, excuse me Mr. Journalist, I wonder how you make your headlines in the press release today. Although I read the news every day, but I'm really still getting confused now. And I just wanna ask you, oh, is it based on money? Is it based on presidency? Is it based on technology? Is it based on war? Tell me, we got major headlines.
Major headlines in your area today. We'd like to say a pleasant good evening and welcome to the round table live on Wizz TV here on Facebook and on YouTube. We bringing you the program The Round Table, 1 full hour of discussions across our country, Liberia, making sure that we are able to talk about these issues that matter the most. Good evening. Today is the 23rd day of the month July 2026 are up here for us to talk about. Hair collection. After that, we will come back and bring you stories from across Africa and follow by our talking points. Still focus on the $317 million worth of cocaine uh, situation here in Liberia, one of Liberia's biggest drug bust. We will take a break with Kakwian hair collection. After that, we will be back with the program, the round table. Stay tuned. Don't you go away. Wanted hair that turns heads the moment you walk into a room, hair that gives you confidence, beauty, and that flawless look you truly deserve. Well, your search is finally over. Welcome to Kakwian Hair Collection, your trusted online destination for luxury, premier quality human hair designed to bring out the beauty in every woman. Whether you are preparing for your birthday photo shoot, wedding, anniversary celebration, graduation, church event, vacation, or just want a stunning look every day, Kakwian Hair Collection has a perfect hair just for you. At Kakwian Hair Collection, we proudly offer 100% premier human hair, beautiful, easy to wear glueless wigs, no glue, no gel, no stress. Sleek and elegant bone straight human hair, different texture and style for every woman and every occasion. Because at Kakwian Hair Collection, beauty meets quality. Shop with a brand that understands beauty, class, and quality. Our store is located in the United States of America. For more information, follow us on Instagram at Kakwian Hair Collection, Facebook at Kakwian Hair Collection, TikTok at Kakwian Hair Collection. Better still, email us kakwianhair@gmail.com. Call or WhatsApp us on +1 267 372 7010. Or better still, visit our online store www.kakwianhaircollection.com.
and Kakuyan Hair Collection is our prize sponsor here on the program, The Round Table. It's a great pleasure to be on your radio, and we are making sure we can bring you out of the very best you deserve here on the program, The Round Table. So shortly, let me get some things straight, and then we will run into, our program here. That's gonna be let's take this. This is coming from the BBC. We will take our news, followed by today in history, and go straight into our talking points here on the round table. This is coming in from the BBC. It says 3 men sentenced to life in jail over Nigeria's school kidnappings. They admitted to concealing information and being members of an Islamic militant group. That's 1 hour ago. This just happened. It was posted 1 hour ago it happened in Nigeria. It comes on to the BBC website here. This comes and says teen jail for exam cheating in Guinea dies after sickle cell complications. Father says Mamadou Duma, by 17, was arrested and sentenced to prison for exam fraud earlier this month. And as governor of murdering pregnant student in Kenya, uh, Ota Obada was found guilty of killing Sharon Otieno, with whom he had an affair. Ghana's RCC petition over migrant attacks opportunistic, says South Africa. The petition urged the violence against migrants in South Africa could amount to crimes against humanity. And so far, so good. Those are things we had in from the BBC here. And, there's a lot in sports. Let me say kudos to FC Barcelona. They just got a new signing there to their squad. So we like to say kudos to them. And yeah, so far so good. Let's take this as a break, and yeah, let's come in with today in history. Was there in history today? Today in history, on July 23rd, 1829, American inventor William Austin Burt received a patent for the telegrapher, an earlier writing machine considered a precursor to the modern typewriter. The invention later helped transform government administrations, journalism, and business communication. Today in history, July 23rd, 1825, Ulysses S. Grant, former president of the United States and commanding general during the American Civil War, died on this day. He is remembered for helping preserve Union and for supporting civil rights. Today in history, July 23rd, Revolution of 1952, which ended the rule of King Farouk. The revolution reshaped Egyptian politics and inspired nationalistic movement across Africa and the Middle East. And today in history, July 23rd, 1999, King Mohammed, uh, King Mohammed VI became King of Morocco following the death of his father, King Hassan II. His reign has been marked by economic reforms and debates over political modernization and human rights. So far, so good. That's exactly what we have here for our today in history. And our quotes of the day is knowledge is power, but only when shared with people. And That's exactly what we have. Let's run into our talking points, and we can go ahead with all of these things as we want to make sure that we are on path and on track with you know the right information. So let's see if we can take this as we are basically going to look into. It's like I would just come out and bring the situation in from how you call it. But let's take this, right? I want you to listen to the police IG, and then we'll come in with that.
That's the street value of the cocaine that has been arrested. But if you even go down to the further street, final street value, it can also go higher to almost $400,000. It's based on when it's distributed, how they mix it, how they spread it, and stuff like that. But for now, we took the median. As it is, it's 40,000. First street value is 80. Final street value could be 120,000. So we took the median, which is 80,000, and multiplied it with 3,971 kilograms. Look, all of the speculation out there, we're not distracted. We have a responsibility by law, by the people confirmed by the Senate, to stand certain that we continue to do so. Senate said if they market our market, we don't bring it up. If it's for who's going to lose, that we don't lose. So that's US dollars. That's the street value of the cocaine that has been arrested. But if you even go down to the further street, final street value, it can also go higher to almost $400,000+. It's based on when it's distributed, how they mix it, how they spread it, and stuff like that. But for now, we took the median. As it is, it's 40,000. First street value is 80. Final street value could be 120,000. So we took the median, which is 80,000, and multiplied it by the 3,971 kilograms. Look, all of the speculation out there, we're not distracted. We have a responsibility by law, by the people confirmed by the Senate, to stand certain that we will continue to do so. Senate said if they market our market, we don't bring it up. If it's for who's going to lose, that we don't lose. So let's continue to investigate. Anyone will follow, we'll put it aside.
That's the police Gregory Coleman speaking when the police uh did a release into the drug case. So the LMP, let me just come in with this, right? The the LMP says 106 Johnny Bolladin was relieved of his duties following investigation of the 317 drug million dollar drug seizure uh, that the form like two foreign nationals during the seizure. So police RG said that they admitted he received US $10,000 as bribe from the foreign nationals arrested in the recent drug bust. And let's come to think of this, right? Like we said, we couldn't speak more to that situation. Again, I will like to come in with this clip from Wizz TV page where the justice minister spoke concerning this drug situation. We will listen to it keenly as well, and then we just have the right conversation about this. So let me bring the first one, right? So let me share the screen, and then we can go ahead with it. And
investigation, arrested and detained several persons of interest for questioning in furtherance of the investigation. Information obtained through continued investigative and intelligence efforts, subsequent authorities will locate a location in the VOA community along the Rivers International Airport Highway in Blackstone, Montgomery County. On Tuesday, July 21st, 2026, at approximately 9 a.m., a team comprising members of the Joint National Security Investigative Task Force conducted a search of the identified premises pursuant to a duly authorized search and seizure warrant. During the operation, investigators recovered approximately 3,000.
So someone said they are not seeing this clearly. We wanna okay. Let's see how we can do it properly, right? It's not about this. Let me just root up through the page, and then we can be able to get a full glimpse of how it went. Okay, I just want to think about the video. Okay, these are all okay. So it's gradually we will bring about the video into this, and we want to be able to the fact that we want to be physically able to give you clear understanding or clear video graph, and then you'll also be able to listen to the justice minister when he spoke to journalists as well about this situation where we having security personnel's name being involved, and also things that the public should be able to understand, and the fact that these are things that are hindering our society. The issue of drug is not something we as Liberians can take lightly. And I just want you to listen to the Minister of Justice. So this should be one of the clips before this, I'm sure. Let me play this. All right, this is not the clip I want to play. Let me play this first clip before that.
Subsequent authorities will locate a location in the VOA community along the Rivers International Airport Highway in Blackstone, Montgomery County. On Tuesday, July 21st, 2026, at approximately 9 a.m., a team comprising members of the Joint National Security Investigative Task Force conducted a search of the identified premises pursuant to a duly authorized search and seizure warrant. During the operation, investigators recovered approximately 3,971 kilograms of processed bits of suspected cocaine with an estimated street value of approximately 317,680,000 United States dollars. The substances were seized and secured as evidence for further investigation and appropriate scientific examination. Two foreign nationals
identified as Serbian national, and the other with dual nationality, Colombian and Spanish, were taking the custody in connection with the seizure and are assisting investigators with the ongoing investigation. Their names have been withheld at this stage to protect the integrity of the investigation and all ongoing investigative activities. In addition to the suspected narcotics, the investigators recovered several items considered relevant to the investigation, including diving suits, the firearm, GPS tracking devices, a drone, Starlink satellite internet equipment, and other materials. The item election.
And that's the first. Let me play this so you can also listen to the justice minister. And
Ownership, transportation letter, and intended destination of the seized substances, as well as the identities and roles of all persons who will be connected to the operation. Investigators are also examining possible domestic international networks, logistical arrangements, financial transactions, and any other forms of facilitation associated with a suspected shipment. The investigation has generated significant evidentiary leads and has revealed
so, you listen to the Minister of Justice, right? And let me welcome James before we go in depth with this conversation. Good evening, James, and welcome back to the roundtable. It's been a while. Great to have you on, James. Your
All
mother,
right. So
yeah,
thank you so. I think it's okay now.
yeah.
All right. So thanks so much. Uh, we've been busy with other issues, but let me firstly appreciate you for keeping the show on going. It is important that we continue discussing our country, most especially when we have such a crisis like this when it comes to the issue of the drug and a lot of other issues that are happening around us in Liberia. It's good that we have some of these platforms to discussing them. So let me firstly appreciate you for keeping the show on going. But it's good that we are here again.
Great to have you on, James. There's a lot more happening with the issue of drug lately. We saw this huge bust just before we run into you giving us happenings there, Mark give you right. We saw a huge drug bust at the Roberts International Airport. And we thought it was one of the biggest drug operation by the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency until just few days ago we saw another huge operation carried out by the joint security. We've been informed that there's a lot of intelligence been working behind the scene to be able to, give these informations. And with what I heard from the justice minister on yesterday during his impromptu press briefing, I understood the fact that these operations cannot be carried out without key government entities and government individuals involved. The fact that these guys have GPS, they have Starlink, to be able to access internet, whether by sea or by whatever means, they just need, to power the Starlink and have access to internet and let whoever sending for said operation to be able to carry out the operation smoothly. It shows that there's a lot more. Until today, we saw an arrest again from the police of this officer or one of his joining was arrested in connection to this of receiving US $10,000 as bribe. What do you think of all of these situations, James?
So I think this is more like saddening for us, as a country, because what am I saying is saddening. I think our country have been used as a transit point where drug, has come in the country, and people have been using Liberia to keep in their drug, and at the end of the day, they then take it from here to transport it to other places, which is very bad for us. And the joint security, I think we first want to appreciate them. They are doing exceedingly well. Recent, firstly, when it started with the 19.2 million drug that was being seized at the Rabos International Airport, and coming to this one, which is one of the largest, in fact, the largest ever in Liberia history to record. I think they are on top of their game. But with all of these that are happening, again, a lot of things, questions that need to be asked. Like I have said to people, I want to believe that these guys that are involved, most especially these foreign nationals, who have been involved with this drug issue, I don't want to believe that these guys just jump over the sky or from any other part of the world and just jump here in Liberia, and they have a whole warehouse or a whole house full of with drug. I don't want to believe that. So it tells you that Liberians hands are involved in this, and it's a clear point because the fact that the guys have a whole station of a drug. So Liberians are involved in this. It just require time and a thorough investigation. And like we are already seeing, people are coming on already saying that they accepted certain money and all of that. So we hope that it's going to go further. It's not just going to be like other cases that we have had, where they will arrest people, pull them behind bags in a moment or two, they vanish, and we will not get anything out of it. We just hope that this is not going to be like that, because I think this signal a very bad, thing for Liberia to be used as a transit point for drugs, activities. It is actually bad for us, and the security apparatus need to do all they can to making sure that this drugs issue cannot just stop like this. People are going to be accountable for it, unlike previous drug that we had in a country, and people were being arrested, they went to court, and no one knew who owned the drug. We don't want to see this happening, because since they have already arrested a few people, I think they should press more on those people to providing other names that will be linked to this drug, right? So it is so saddening for us. Again, I will repeat this, because we have young people who are coming up and who are also getting damaged by the day. Every other day, we see young people on the street, young people are there going wayward, and all because of some of these things that are occurring in our country, bringing drug in the country every day. So I think we need to do more. The security apparatus need to do more when it comes to these particular drugs that has been arrested, because if that is not done, it poses a serious threat to Liberia's future. The young people of the young people who move the country forward, and their lives are not in a good position. Liberia future stands as a stake, right? Anytime it can break. So we hope that it's not going to stop like just here, but there'll be further investigation to bring all of those that are involved in this drugs issue, so that at least Liberians can at least smile, because it has been a whole long time. Liberians has been waiting to see things like this happening, like this major arrests that are happening. Liberians have been waiting to see this happening. So thanks to the security apparatus, but like I said, more need to be done so that everyone that is linked to this drug, whether be Liberians, whosoever, they can be brought on board and the law can deal with them so that our country can at least, be given that good image out there, because this does not send any good image outside to the world, as Liberia be used as a transit point for drug stealer. I think it does not send any good image for the outside world for Liberia, even though we know that the issue of drug in most of the places getting on an increase. Just I think today we also saw, I think well yesterday, Ecuador, where 290 million worth of drugs was being arrested on a banana shipping cargo. So there are a lot of things happening, and I want to believe it's because people nowadays are so desperate for money. So you have this thing happening, but there need to be a very serious, you know, actions taken towards these things. For example, where we have the law that have to do with people, materials that will be used, halls or whatever, anywhere they find an illegal drug, that hall should be confiscated. Whether it's a car, is a keke, wheelbarrow, or whatever. But the laws are there, but it's not being implemented. So you observe that since the people know that Liberia is a vacant area, so they try to use our country, as a transit point. So it means we got to do more. We got to build all the system so that we can send a positive signal out there to the outside world that yes, Liberia, we are ready to fight the issue of drug. So if the laws are there, let us use the law to go after these people that are involved with it, instead of us leaving it on the board just reading there, and we are not using it because according to the drug law that was being passed in 2023. Accordingly, they say it's non-biddable, but is it being applied today? Because people are being arrested, they go to court, and they walk out freely. So we are not seeing that happening. People give money and they come out. Why would that be happening when the law is non-biddable?
Exactly, James. Exactly. And this comes out to the point that, you know, the government and the security apparatus, they have a lot to do in terms of speeding out with investigations for the public to be able to understand the fact that, there's no level of foul play in these investigations when it comes to shading off certain individuals, like they usually say, when they speak to the media. The fact that we have the 100 million drug doing this the outcome of that, and now we have discovered at the airport as well, and the investigation is still ongoing. And now another huge quantity, 317 million worth of drug, also been seized just within the course of 3 4 days of in less than 3 weeks. We having this seizure. It shows that there's some level of work by the Joint Security and the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. But how can the public not trust these level of work? Is the fact that you will be able to speed up with investigations, like the individual carrying Colombian and Spanish passport. The Colombian consulate here in Liberia says they do have no information on the individual. What are things that the government and the
Yeah.
joint security are going to do to be able to have, the required and requisite information to be able to prosecute these individuals? Our recent drug law that was being amended shows that huge quantity of drug is non-baitable, and with those huge quantity, we still have the case of the 19 million individuals on the run, and government have put a
Yeah.
notice to international community to be able to fund these individuals that have been linked to the 19 million drug worth. Now we have this huge quantity. It's something that will decide the government fate. I would say this plain that we decide the government fate comes 2029 with the level of the investigation,
And,
how the
and well,
security apparatus. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
so like you said, this is going to actually, also, the government is going to face a serious weight when it comes to these jobs first. So that is why they need to do all they can, because before coming to power, that was one of the things the government actually promised on, about the issue of drug. And in fact, there were songs that were sung, uh, blaming, the issue of drugs coming to Liberia on the then government. So today, if these things are happening and you're not going to do more to persecuting people, this is also going to haunt them. Like I said this morning to somebody, every government that come to power, or people who want to come to power, they sometimes come and make a lot of statements, sweet statements, so that the people can trust them, the people can believe them. But the issue of drug, like series of other countries are finding it difficult to find drug, which Liberia is not exception of. No one cannot just come and knock their chest and say, I'm going to fight drug totally, to just say that, and because you want to get the people, it's going to haunt you tomorrow. And that is why it's happening to this government now. Because when they were coming, they used this as one of the mantra to getting the people attention. Today, what we
Hmm.
are observing is even double of what we saw in the past leadership. So this is going to haunt them even during the course of the 2029 election if care is not taken. So I hope that they can use this as an opportunity now, to do, or to prosecuting people, to making sure that the Liberian people can believe the promises that were made to them, can believe that yes, the government have fulfilled the promise that was made. But if it is not that, in 2029, they're also going to face a serious challenge with the very thing that they used yesterday to unseat the previous government. So that is what's going to happen.
Exactly, Gene. Exactly. And they gotta be careful with how they handle the investigation. That's just it. Now you have the police IG saying an individual from the security sector from the police 106 attesting that he received bribe as an officer of the law, someone whose trust is is something that the public sees as very important, now taking bribe because you want to shade or individuals that are opt to bring bad image to the country. Like let's say, right, these drugs might not be meant for Liberia for the
Yeah.
consumption of the typical Liberians, but again,
Hmm.
the image of the country, if let's say it's tracked to wherever destination it was headed to, and they found out that it passed through Liberia, imagine the kind of image that will be on Liberia, not just Liberia, but Liberians as well. These are things
Of course.
that other countries take into consideration, and without understanding the fact that it's not just the entire population, but like people usually says, right? There's one little thing that will just all of a sudden damage an entire reputation that you've built over the years. So the
Hmm.
government and the security apparatus, including the justice minister, who's the head of the security authorities or the security agencies in this country, should be able to understand that uh, we need to handle this with care, not just with care, but to also be able to gain the public interest and attention, that they will be able to trust whatever outcome of these investigation, not to be able to shit. There's, let me say this, right? We are journalists, and there's a lot of information that are coming out. Until we are able to verify these information, we might not just come out and see them because we want to be a yellow journalist or we want to carry out yellow journalism. Some individuals' names that are involved are top ranking individuals that we cannot confirm yet, that have been alleged, and there's some investigation that the government needs to do to be able to handle these investigation. Because mind you, this is one thing I know about we Liberians is the fact that we take speculation when it's not handled properly. We take these
Mhm.
speculations and live by them. I saw that with the 2017 elections with Senator James Emmanuel Nukwe. I saw that with several other uh, political situations. There was just a little speculation, and people took them into serious consideration that decide the fate of these politicians. So it's something that, like I said, and we've said, the government needs to be able to handle thoroughly, and we will continue to look into this drug situation with care and be able to understand the outcome of of these investigations. And
Sure.
quickly, James,
Hey,
has the county I saw you posting? Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, go. Okay, so you're right about
I
that.
was just
The then Senator Senator Oscar Cooper, there was a statement that he actually used back then, and that statement was able to haunt him, and even up to date, that was what led to his removal as a senator for Magibi, because when he won the election, he made a statement that in fact it was his money, that got him elected. So that statement haunted him until he left he left his seat, and even up to date, people still can still record that. So that is why
Mhm.
when a government makes, and if that promise is not being fulfilled, that promise actually run after them. That is why it's always good to be careful. Even if you are against another person, make sure what you are saying, you are able to abide by it, because if you don't, that same statement that you made against another person, somebody will also use it against you. So that's what normally happens. And in politics, this is something that is a game by itself, and a lot of people has been affected by their own statement. So I guess this is where the government is right now, and they got to do. I mean, with these jokes, in a very serious manner, so that that trust can be built in the government. If not, trust me, it's going to be a whole different game 2029.
Exactly, a whole different game, 2029. And quickly, James, I wanted us to look at this video footage coming from the Liberia Food Authority. I don't know if you saw that, but I'm sure you was able to follow that. And let
Mm-hmm.
me just play this from the page. Let me just play this from the page for our audience, and it shows how bad we are as Liberians to ourselves. Liberia and
Morning,
Liberians.
good evening, good afternoon, where all you are watching from. This is the Food Authority of Liberia live page. And at this point, the Food Authority of Liberia has just discovered unwholesome and what we may term as expired drinks in huge quantity at the. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, where all you are watching from. This is the Food Authority of Liberia live page. And at this point, the Food Authority of Liberia has just discovered unwholesome and what we may term as expired drinks in huge quantity at the McDonald Street area at a store. We are yet to identify the importers and the owners of this product.
Okay, okay. Let me say this right before you come in, James. We are very wicked to ourselves, especially when we have the festive season around, like our independence around. Everybody wants their goods to go. That's why you see marketers will do big sale, big sale, big sale, and whole lot of different things when you don't understand. Now we will have these people having their relatives and whoever back in the US or wherever country they are. we ship most of these things that just have few time to be consumed, few lifespan. I've seen that several times, and then they ship a huge quantity. And imagine you looking at something that got 5 months to expire, and you ship it, and it takes a whole month and a half. It already gone almost like 2 months. 3 months remain for the expiry time. It comes to Liberia, gets off, get into the store, and the price is high. People won't buy them. At the end of the day, someone was telling me these people have a strategy that they will use the uh, hand sanitizer, and they got so many different chemicals. They just erase off the expiry date and place it back on the shelf. You go to check, oh, you can read, oh, it was on the pack, we throw the pack away. That did not expire yet. And without
Mm-hmm.
understanding the danger you're causing for that individual who's about to use their own money to purchase something that would be a serious threat to their health. So I believe that it's something great that the full authority did to be able to confiscate such a huge quantity. Imagine how it could have been in red light just 2 or 3 days from now, with people purchasing that for a little or nothing, maybe 20, 30, $50, $60, $70, and we take it to be the best energy drink in the country at that point. So, but what do you make of that?
So yeah, I think we ourselves too we need to be careful because like most time Liberians normally we go after the cheaper things. Like when we have this festive season, people want to bring these things out and just make it very cheaper. And when we see them $50, I would say, well, I think I need to have one or two. But at the end of the day, it's going to have a serious health implication on you. So we got to be careful ourselves, and also the Ministry of Commerce and other entities that are responsible. I guess they actually need to make some check up with some of these companies or some of these drinks. Like recently, I've been observing there are a lot of drinks on the market. A lot of drinks today. You're going to see this other bottle. They say it's root. The next day, you see another one. It's another root. We're seeing a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. So sometimes, most time now, they have been able to relate them to health issues. Like the other one can do the other health stuff, the other one can do the other health stuff. And when people hear these things, they go for it. But who knows? In fact, there could be some health implication they are causing. I don't know if those authority responsible are making some of these check. I don't really know, but I guess there are a lot need to be done. There are a lot need to be done because I see a lot of different type of drinks just coming in. Oh, the other one is a root, is a bitter stuff, and when you do this, you as a man you're going to function more and all of that. And as soon as people hear that, they want to run for it. They want to run for it because they hear something that they feel that is going to benefit them and is in fact cheaper, so they run for it, right? So our authorities that are responsible, like the Ministry of Commerce and other entities, I think they got to do more work. They got to do more work. Like last time, I met with the director here for uh, the Ministry of Commerce. I told him the other time, and he was like, "Oh, during festive season." I said, "No, but during the festive season, that's the time the guys used to bring this thing out because you're going to have a lot of people pulling in to purchase, items. So they bring them out in the market and they make it cheaper, and people go for it. But there are a lot of health implications that it's going to cause. So that material or those drinks are already expired, right? Because they have time limit, and when they bring them out, people buy them, they take them in, and that is why you see a lot of sicknesses. People are coming down a lot of sicknesses, and every other day. So it's so just being wicked to our very self. You already know that the thing is expired. Why not you throwing it away? But you want to bring it in the market so that other people can take it in, and it's going to cause a lot of problem for them. We just been wicked ourselves. But again, the blame could be
Listening
shifted to
people
our
don't want to
authority.
lose.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
And you
Yeah.
wanted to ask a
So the
question
business
about
people, yeah, say how the content, my brother. How the content? What news will
yeah.
Mark give
So
you?
yeah, my GV is good. It's just a lot of political tensions in the county. Like I don't know, is it that elections nowadays begins in fact just right after elections. So in my right now, the political tension is all over. You want to see people. moving from one point to another, and everybody's just getting ready because we have just 3 more years to go. Because we already climaxing this year already, so just 3 more years to go. But it almost seems like it's a whole campaign time already because I see a lot of politicians moving from one end to another, attending programs, and some of them are not even doing so. Some of the very leaders that we have in the county, yeah, but all of the little programs, you even have, basketball, you even have daughter, like we used to call it, right? They want to come there because they know time is around the corner. Yeah, some of them we never used to see them, but today in every corners of Magibi, they want to make themselves visible. But the choice is left with the people to know who is best suited for them. They want to make a choice to come 2029. So, but the
Man, the,
political
ma-
tension here
the
is,
man are getting ready to move Mara, yeah.
yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy.
uh, yeah, that's Margidi, and not just Margidi, but like Vera. But I think for that angle is more of a Margidi thing because here in Monserrato, maybe the politicians are waiting till 2028 then they come
Mhm.
outside. But it's like there's a lot of politicians that have found some resources to be able to move around because moving around to require resources now. You get me the incoming lawmaker or they aspiring or and then they may have to do something and they may get come to your program without doing something. So maybe there's a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
resources and these people are just gearing up to be able to how you call it get ready for what's ahead 2029 and
Mhm.
let's see how it goes there in Waikiki with the politics and everything. But James, it's been an honor having you on tonight. Let's conclude from your end before we call this a night.
All right. So, finally, what I can say is that we hope that uh, the Liberal National Police, the LDA, and all others national security agencies that are ahead of the drug issue can actually do more. Uh, the Liberian people deserve to know who are the real owners, who are those involved with this drug issue. Having that very huge amount of drug, it means there are a lot of people that are involved. It's not just a single or two persons, it's not just three persons, it's not just four. There are a lot of people that are involved with that particular drug, and there need to be serious investigation to bring them out, and they need to be penalized so that the country can at least regain that good or positive image out there because it is not just today. Years back, Liberia was being recognized as a transit point of job, and today it's coming to a full fledged. We are seeing it happening, so it means that name is still there. So if we are going to erase it, it means the fight against drugs must be taken very seriously, so that we can send a positive image outside there for our country. And all of those that are involved, I think they just need to. If you are being named as one of the person, just abide by whatever regulations or whatever investigation process, you just have to abide by it because if you are not going to be guilty, just go by whatever things that the security apparatus going to come up with. I know there are some people that will be named. They may not solely be aware of the job, right? There are people that are going to be named, but you just have to walk alone because this is all because of our country, a matter of our country, and we got to save the future of our country. We are the future right now is at stake. We got to protect it so that the next future or the next generation can come and meet of a country that is more safer than what we are experiencing right now. So again, to Liberians, all of us need to join the fight against drug. It's not just the government. If you have people in your community that you have suspected of some drug activities, I think you got to pass the information over to those authority responsible so that they can also move in to safeguard your community, your children, and the future of Liberia. Most time, we'll observe some of these things in our communities and we'll say, well, I think the security need to do. All of us need to got to get involved. And the laws that are there, I hope that they're going to be applied. If they see any house or a vehicle that's going to be used to transport illegal drug, I think the Fed need to be very serious, right? Like the RG said, if they can just move at that, I don't want to believe somebody going to give their entire house to somebody who is selling drugs, or maybe they have suspected already and they're going to allow that person to live in their house where they know that if they're having to catch that person, that entire house will be taken away. I don't want to see any Liberian doing that. You know for the world you are spending your hard-earned money, you will not allow that to happen. So if that is done, I think we're going to be moving somewhere.
Thank you so much, James, for coming tonight, and we hope to have you on as you have time. Thank you for coming up, and it's been a great night.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it a lot.
Okay. It's James Aku, been here with us on the program. Let's take a sponsor talk and call this a night here on the program.
Hair that turns heads the moment you walk into a room. Hair that gives you confidence, beauty, and that flawless look you truly deserve. Well, your search is finally over. Welcome to Kakuyan Hair Collection, your trusted online destination for luxury, premier quality human hair designed to bring out beauty in every woman. Whether you are preparing for your birthday photo shoot, wedding, anniversary celebration, graduation, church event, vacation, or just want a stunning look every day, Kakuyan Hair Collection has a perfect hair just for you. At Kakuyan Hair Collection, we proudly offer 100% premier human hair. Beautiful, easy to wear glueless wigs. No glue, no gel, no stress. Sleek and elegant bone straight human hair. Different texture and style for every woman and every occasion. Because at Kakuyan Hair Collection, beauty meets quality. Shop with a brand that understands beauty, class, and quality. Our store is located in the United States of America. For more information, follow us on Instagram at Kakuyan Hair Collection, Facebook at Kakuyan Hair Collection, TikTok at Kakuyan Hair Collection. Better still, email us kakuyanhair@gmail.com. Call or WhatsApp us on +1 267 372 7010. Or better still, visit our online store www.kakuyanhaircollection.com.
But I'm really still getting confused now, and I just want to ask you some
This
questions.
is Picarder. The man just resigned from music a few days ago, and he's doing great, man. I would like to say thanks to all of you for coming on tonight. It's been a great presentation here tonight on the programs around table. My name is William McGill. Do have a joyous night. I'm out. Bye bye.
There is no job, no money for hustlers. Come take up coverage. The rainy season coming soon. In the ghetto, all the houses are full of leakage, nowhere to sleep.